Okay, so thanks for joining me today. September 10, 2020 at noon East. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays is when we do these, and the replays are always at insiderealestate.com/webinars. You got a page like this where you can get all the recent replays as well as the link to join the current series of sessions. And you can see them all in the YouTube playlist here. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. You'll always be notified, and tick the bell. You'll always be notified as stuff is added right here. This week, it's been kind of a theme. We've been doing some seller lead follow-up stuff, sort of as a follow-up to a funnel that we built a few weeks ago with Facebook lead ad funnel here. You can see that going back about 10 videos if you're watching here in September. This video and this one, and then this week we've been doing follow-up on that funnel because it's generating some good leads. So I think in the interest of keeping things consistent this week, I might add one more fun thing to this funnel, and that would be some Google display banner ad advertising retargeting. We'll get a little jiggy with it, if that's all right with everybody. If anybody who's listening has anything that you'd like for me to discuss after we poke into that and go into Google ads and show the setup of that thing, go ahead and chat. Somebody please let me know if you can hear me right now, and we'll get moving along. And here's the doc. I'm going to change this, and we will say layering in Google display retargeting to our seller funnel. So that's kind of what I'll spend the next 10-15 minutes doing. And then as you guys have questions, go ahead and chime in and let me know if you want to cover anything toward the end of the session today. So in case you guys don't know what Google display retargeting is, it's basically banner ads that show all over the internet on Google's display network, meaning Google has partnerships with millions of different websites all over the web, where the website owner allows, basically puts a pixel in from Google. It's a script, and then ads are shown across the Google network. And then if you click on these ads, then the website owner gets a commission from Google, and that's that. Now, the cool thing about this is that as an advertiser, as us as real estate agents who want to get our ads and seem like we're everywhere, this is a useful tool for retargeting Google Display Network. And you kind of saw here, this is a retargeting ad. I was on this guy's site. I'm seeing his ad videos like crazy. He's spending a ton of money. But, you know, this is an example of where this dude's face is following me everywhere I go. And it's a powerful thing. I've been back to the guy's site because I can't avoid him. Like, I almost accidentally clicked the darn thing. And that's the effect you can get for your real estate business if you do retargeting in a cool way. Now, we actually do have the Google Display retargeting service. Oh, I happen to be in a customer account. I don't like to do that, sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything in here right now. But we have the Google Display retargeting service, Google Display branded retargeting. And what that is it kind of does a picture like this of you, and we do like an animated ad, and it's very similar to what I'm about to show you right now. So if you want a push button way to do kind of what I'm about to show you, we do have it. It's $100 a month in the marketplace right there. Now, please do give me 1 second. I'm going to go into a different window and log into my own KV Core account, not the customer account I'm in, because I am going to need to drop some pixels and show you guys that here in just a second. So, there we go. And while I'm doing that, maybe you guys want to chat and just let me know, are you doing Google Display retargeting yet, either through our service or on your own? I'd be curious to hear if anybody's doing that and what kind of results you might be having. So, okay, so I've got my account open. And so the idea here would be that when somebody visits my KV Core website, it could be any page on my website, it could be just my sell page. So I have, we have our sell pages at sell-.php, or it could be all pages on the site. Now, I think, and what I've been doing is I kind of soft launch my practice here with these examples. I don't have a lot of activity going on. So it's not like I'm already getting 1,000 visits a month or 5,000 visits a month. And I think a lot of us fit into that category. So what I've been doing is I've been not really worrying about getting too granular with the audiences I build for retargeting purposes. And I just kind of say, hey, I'm going to pixel everybody and show them all the same ads. And I think that will save you a lot of stress trying to do too much in the beginning. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to retarget all my traffic, but I'm going to make the offer about finding the home value. So anybody who comes in through the seller lead funnel that I've been talking about the last few days, as well as anybody who comes in and they want to see fixers and foreclosures through my deal funnel, they're going to kind of start to see my name, my company, all follow them around a seller-focused offer. And what's nice is we can change it from a seller-focused offer to an investor-focused offer. We can show multiple at the same time. There's a lot of flexible inside of Google AdWords. So that's kind of the setup here. What we're going to do now is I'm going to hop into Google, and we're going to build out this campaign around finding your home's value instantly. And I'll go into Google Ads. You will need a Google Ads account. It's ads.google.com. We do have, for those of you who want to, we do have other content about that. If you look back on the webinars page through the virtual training summit replays, I did a detailed presentation about Google Display Ads in general as part of that series. If you want to look there for kind of supplemental info for what I'm going to do. I am going to move a little fast today, and that kind of moved a little slower step by step. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into an ads account. I'll build this in the brokerage account here in case they'd like to use this globally. I'm not going to brand it to me so much as I am going to brand it to the actual company. And the first thing I need to do is I need to make sure that a pixel is installed on the website. So what I will do first is I'm going to go up to this tools and settings, and I'm going to go to conversions right here. And I need to get the global snippet so that I can basically start to build audiences. Now, I've already created that here, but I want to show you guys this really quickly. I'll actually create a new one just for demo purposes. And we'll call this, this is somebody who becomes a lead. And I don't even really care about the conversions. I just need the snippet installed in KV Core so it can start tracking. So I'll just use the same value for every conversion, create and continue. And what I'm trying to get to right now is install the tag for myself. And I need this global site tag right here. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to hop back into KV Core. I'm going to go to Web and IDX. And go to Edit Settings. And then we're going to put that in the header right here. Now I have this already installed, but it would go in the header section. So that's where you need to make sure that exists right there. And then once that's in there, you can create audiences inside of your Google Ads account. So I've got that installed. And the next thing I can do is I can go to Tools and Settings, and I can go to Audience Manager. And I'm going to create a simple audience here that's just basically anybody who's visited the website. So right now, Google probably did this automatically for anybody who hits the pixel, and I'm probably covered here. But I'm going to show you, I think they do that automatically, but I like to just do this and actually pick out the website URL. And this is where you would go if you did only want to show it to people who visited the sell page, for example. Because I can do page URL contains, and I can do sell.php, which is the end part of my sell page URL. So if you only wanted to show this retargeting ad to people on a certain page, that's how you would do it. I'm going to, as I said, not overthink the audience. I'm going to show the same seller-focused retargeting ad to everybody in this example. So I'm just going to do page URL contains, and I'm just doing anybody who hits Forever Florida realestate.com. So we'll just say all FF visitors. And this is a duplicate of an audience I already have, but just so you guys can see, this is how it looks. So all FF visitors right here. And you can see all visitors here from Google Ads so far. There's been 2,400 right here. So that's pretty cool. Probably been running traffic at this since January or February. To give you an idea, lots of people see traffic. You know, the agents of the company are all driving traffic. So there's 2,400 people in this list that I can now start to show this Google Display retargeting ad that makes a seller-focused offer too. And what's cool if you are a team leader or you're the broker owner admin is that if you're retargeting and the leads are already in the account and they come in again, it's just going to go to the agent who the lead is assigned to. So you could actually run a campaign like this and be doing this for all of your agents and kind of almost have it be something you recruit to or get people excited about at your company. It's like, hey, we're doing retargeting around our brand. We're going to call your leads back in. So this is kind of a cool thing you can use to position your company with your agents and save them the hassle of having to figure this out. So just a thought. And if you do want to order the Google retargeting service from the marketplace, and just let us know that you want it running for your whole domain, that's totally possible. Or you can run it for just one subdomain. Okay, so I've got my audience built. I need that out of the way. I've got my pixel installed. Now I'm going to go and actually create an ad campaign. Steven's asking, can I use visitors to a competitor to retarget my ads? Well, you would need to have your pixel installed on the competitor's site, Steven. So that's the quick answer with Google Ads. There are dirty ninja seedy internet marketer ways to do this via PPV and CPV networks, but I'm going down the rabbit hole there. But basically, there are ways to show ads to people who visit the URLs of your competitors via toolbars that are installed and stuff like that. My favorite, they used to be called 50 on Red. I think they're called rtxplatform.com. is one such place where you could go and do that. I will warn you, this is very, very advanced stuff and a very easy place to go lose money. Kind of like going to the casino or trading and not knowing what you're doing. But I wanted to give you the long answer. You can't retarget with Google Ads, you can't retarget your competitors' stuff unless you have the pixel installed. Unless, my brain is going a little bit out there, you could kind of retarget their YouTube channels. You could, I don't know that you can specifically do their domains. We'll look into that in a second. I'm going to save that for the end. So there might be, but I will say that anytime I've tried that using the audiences that Google has, a lot of times the audience gets too small in a local market and I have difficulty getting traffic. But there are ways to sort of target people, who are visiting Zillow, for example, who you might consider to be a competitor. That you could do. Might be harder to really have any effect if you're just doing another competitor in your market. All right, long-winded answer. All right, so I'm going to go to display campaigns here, and I'm going to come back to that targeting at the end. So display campaigns, and I'm going to click New Campaign. And we're going to do this for just website traffic, because I just want people to come back to the site. I'm not so worried about generating conversions and leads. I just want them to keep seeing the brand and build trust in the company. That's kind of the thinking. I'm going to pick display. I'm going to do a standard display campaign. There are some other options. You could do Gmail, where the ads run in Gmail. They have the smart campaign action. That actually can work pretty good, but that's kind of another topic. I'm going to do all of the United States. So anybody who's visited, if they kind of are in my area and they visit my site, or they're searching from out of town, I'm going to keep retargeting no matter where they live. We're going to focus on viewable impressions, because this is retargeting, not going for conversions. And I'll set my budget small. We'll call it $5 a day. And then here is maybe, Stephen, where I can answer your question about targeting other people. Here's where we choose the audiences. And you can see there are in-market audiences, real estate, residential properties. And I assume that Google is getting these from sites like like Zillow, Realtor.com, and they think that people are shopping for real estate. So those could be boxes you check off. You could also, who they are, what are they actively searching, detailed demographics. There are some things here, and I thought at some point, possibly not. You can do people who search terms. So if they're searching real estate, I thought that I was able to do, you can add YouTube channels here, but I might not be at the right place. So I guess the answer is you can dig for it, and that's good. Uh-oh, did I hit record? Yes, I'm recording. I am recording, and sorry if I'm too fast. You can watch, on YouTube, guys, you can slow me down. So you can click the little gear. I like to show this. Hey, everybody. So you can go like this, playback speed, and everything will be slower.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us.
That's my coworker, Paul, in that webinar. Okay, yeah. I'll try to slow down, though. Okay. So, so yes, you can do different audiences, but what we're going to do here, not to go too far on a tangent, is we're going to target the audiences that we already have created. So I'm going to go back to your custom audiences, and it's going to be down here. So browse your custom audiences. Excuse me. How they, take that back, sorry. How they interacted with your business. And it says remarketing and similar audiences. Kind of have to relearn this every time. And then we have similar audiences, website visitors, and it's going to be in website visitors. You'll see that audience I just created is right there. All FF visitors. But I'm going to use all the history we have here where we had 2,400. I'm going to check that off right there. And then it'll tell me up here how many available impressions will be out there, 530K. So that's that. The demographic targeting, this is where a lot of times if you try to play with this and hit certain household incomes and stuff, it limits the campaign, but you can actually see that Google's getting away just like Facebook has with this targeting. So they're not even gonna let you do it for a real estate ad. So I wouldn't worry about that. Targeting expansion, this is where Google's trying to get you to target people who aren't on your retargeting list so that they can sell you more ads and charge you more money. Use that at your own discretion. Maybe you want to get more traffic because you don't have a lot of pixels and you're going to let Google go ahead and run the ad more, but I'm going to do 0 there because I only want to show this ad to people who hit my site. And then my viewable CPM bid. Oh, I'm going to put 5. I just forget where they should be. And when I do it, it'll show me all over to the right what the average should be. So my guess was pretty good. 5 should do it. That's per 1,000 impressions. I pay $5 roughly. So that'll be good. I'm putting 5 there. And now we're going to get to the part where we get to build out our ad that follows people around. And what's nice is Google has this thing, the responsive display. It's called responsive display. And instead of going and building a really fancy ad like we do for our service, we do that. We make like this anime GIF with your picture. I've actually found that just using the responsive display option that they have is a lot easier to create, a lot less time consuming, and actually it converts better. So, or converts as good or better. So a lot of times in our service, if the pretty picture of the agent isn't working well, we'll split test and we'll run 2 versions. We'll run this version against that to give you an idea, just to make sure performance is high. So the final URL for this ad, I'm going to just take people back to the company's sell page to find the home value. So I'm going to put that here. Images and logos. So it will try to scan the site and find some pictures. This is an interesting one. I'm actually going to use this one. It has the question mark for what's the house worth. So I will select that. I'll add that to the bucket. I'm going to also look here. I can upload images if I want. Now I should have, I'm hoping I have a logo already uploaded. If not, I'll have to upload one. Yeah, there is one right there. So here's a logo. Stock images, let's see, house value. Google has a library. So what I'm trying to do is feed Google a few different images that they can use in this ad. And what they'll do is they'll spin it around. So this is a good one for what your house is worth, right? Good one. That feels generic to me, but I'll choose it and see how it does. Who knows, maybe it'll convert better. And they actually will tell you later on how they're converting the specific images, which is pretty cool. So I've got some images in there. And then you can choose up to 5 headlines. And this is where they're going to spin the ad. So find the value. Let's see. Request your Pinellas home value. And you see how it's kind of like, I've only got 30 characters. Considering selling. Question mark. Considering a sale. What's yours worth? What's mine worth? So questions are good for headlines. And as I'm doing the seller one, I'm realizing I might go back and actually do the targeting so it's only local. Remember earlier I said do the whole United States? I think that was a little bit of a, if somebody's out of town, they're not going to own for this particular campaign. they're probably not going to own a home for this message. But if I was just doing a, hey, come back and search properties, I would do the whole United States. So kind of just got to think about these things. Check current value of your Pinellas. This is the longer headline. Pinellas County property. Now, you see what it's doing over here? It's kind of spinning and doing different things. Check the current value. Just going to make this get a current computer estimated value. I get so worried about like using the word value. Somewhere in real estate school or somewhere along the line that, you know, we have to like be careful about that appraisal thing. I think it's just in my head somewhere. So I'm calling it computer estimated value. Okay. See how much a buyer might pay for your Pinellas County property in today's hot market. Pinellas property values are exploding. Check yours now. Fun free tool shows you an estimate, a computer estimate of your value. Okay, so that's good. So what I did was, you know, we've got headlines, we got a long headline, we have descriptions, and Google will mix and match all the images, the headlines, and the description, and they'll show these randomly. And over time, Google will start to show the ones that are most likely to get a click. So you can see how this is really convenient versus trying to build one banner ad, spending an hour trying to make it look pretty, where we're just letting Google do all the heavy lifting here. So that's that. My creative is created. Right? You can see it all right here. This is what it's going to look like in different places online across all the different sites where the Google Display Network is created. Appears. I did forget to put the business name, Forever Florida Real Estate. And this is really annoying. They only allow 25 characters for the business, but some businesses have more than 25 characters. I got to tell Google this. It's like there's compliance stuff around this, and they only allow 25 characters. So I don't know. I'm going to do Forever Florida RE Inc. and get it as close as I can. So that, great campaign. And just like that, now, anybody who visits foreverfloridarealestate.com will see a call to action to come back and get their home's value on this page or across the Google Display Network. So that could be sites like CNN.com, ESPN, anywhere, Fox News, anywhere where the Google Display Network shows. And a lot of these sites will show Google Display banners as a revenue source, especially when they don't have advertisers paying for those slots. So, like this is probably, see how it says advertisement? This is probably the Google Display Network, this HBO ad right here. So you might show there while somebody's getting their news on the site. Cool, so that's that, guys. Let me know what you think. This is pretty in depth, Robert. There's not too much to this. There's not a lot to it. I mean, I just kind of did it. It's a wizard inside of Google Ads anyway, so you kind of have to go through the steps and check off the boxes. So if you watch the replay, you can slow me down and you just check off similar boxes. It'll work out. If you guys want a good class, really comprehensive class about Google in general, not real estate focused, Udemy Google Ads, that would cover Google PPC and retargeting. It's the ultimate Google Ads trading by Rozansky or something. What's his name? This guy, Isaac Rudansky. I took this a while back. He updated it this year. Really good course. And Udemy, if you don't already have an account, like the first time you visit here, if you're not logged in, like most of their courses are like $12 the first time you order one. So, so yeah, this is where you can go if you really want a high quality course that walks you through step by step the background for everything here. So usually what I'm showing you guys is things that I've learned over the years, both from doing and from taking courses like the one on the screen and then implementing. But you got to kind of learn the thing, but then you actually will never know how to do it until you actually do it. So, oh yeah, absolutely, Brett. Thanks for calling that out there. Yes, I'll post this to the chat right now. So, but if you Google Udemy Google course, this dude should pop up. I'm posting it now. So, yeah, for 12 bucks, I highly recommend this. He's got like, there's got to be, look, there's like 100 videos in here or something, like 70 videos. He just goes deep on a bunch of different stuff. I think it might have an e-commerce bent, but it's all relevant. So, so that's that. You know, so this kind of like wraps up our theme this week on seller lead follow-up. That's, you know, a little bit of retargeting to follow up on all the other stuff we've done, the automated voicemails, postcards, the search alerts, all this stuff. And if you just chip away and add these little elements to your funnel, it just improves. You know, you can improve 1 or 2% a day, and eventually get to the point where there's not much more you can do other than just turn the funnel on and off by going back to your ad. In this case, we have a Facebook ad running that I foolishly have had off because that's what I do. You know, if something's working, you got to turn it off, right? I turned it off. The truth is, I turned it off because I wanted to get all this stuff in place. It's like, hey, I'm spending money, but I know I have some anxiety around the fact that I don't have the follow-up all set up. So now I can click this back on. 9 leads so far at 10 bucks a lead, and I can resume those results and kind of pretty easily get a handful of leads every day. So 20 bucks a day. I don't want to do more than 1 or 2 home value reports a day, and it works pretty smoothly just like that. So thanks everybody for watching. We're coming up on a half hour. I can stay for as long as anybody wants to answer any other questions or comments you might have about KV Core or other products and services. So just fire away. If nobody has anything to say, we can just leave. So what do I do when I call the leads? I don't call them ever. So, that's like blasphemy, I know, but I go on this diatribe. I don't say that what I'm doing is right. Part of it is that I'm not full-time and I have this job here with Inside and some other ventures. But the truth is I don't think I've ever really called leads going back into the mid-2000s. And the reason why you don't have to call leads necessarily, it's just one view on things, is that if you're doing all of this stuff and you're also sending valuable content one-off via mass emails and mass text, you're doing all the things I'm talking about, people will gradually just start to call you. They'll just, you know, I'm going to be top of mind. They're going to see these ads everywhere. And they're just like, I need that realtor guy. And they're going to call. So, but to answer your question, if you watch yesterday's, not to be a smart aleck, but if you watch yesterday's, it would be 9/9 here in the replays. I walked through doing automated text messages and automated voicemails, which would cover your question about what do you say when you call. And the call basically just says, hey, you know, thanks for requesting your home value report. My team and I, we're going to get that going. And we'll get it sent out to you as soon as possible. It's a quick little voicemail. You could call these particular leads and say, hey, I have a question. I have a few questions for you. Like, what conditions the property in? How long have you owned it? But I'm not going to be really good to give you specific scripts there. So, all right. So Sue, that is insiderealestate.com/webinars. Guys, if you go there, that's where all of these get posted. They also get posted to the Facebook group. They're kind of all in a nice tidy order at insiderealestate.com/webinars, and you click the replays at the top left green box, and there'll be the playlist. Rebecca, yes, it is 20 bucks a month, starting at 20 bucks a month for core voicemail. That leaves a Sly voicemail. You can also hook that up yourself through other services, but we did build it into the system for people who want to do that. So, and I do show that setup on the webinar from yesterday. That's shown in pretty good detail, like how to get that all working. So the ones you would watch is this one, and then down here I have 2 others that will give you basically this whole funnel. I should probably order them. I think at this point we've got a pretty good course here for seller lead generation that you guys can take and run with. Rebecca, I do this Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 12 noon East. Most weeks. And not courses, Trudy. I'm sorry. I'm saying these replays, this series of about 4 or 5 sessions, I've kind of lumped them together to be all about creating and converting seller leads. So I'll post in the group. I can probably order these. We do have a seller lead generation course in the learning portal. It's about a year old. I might put these all in there in an ordered fashion for you guys. So yeah, the replays would be I'll put dates on them. This is my fault. I'll go get dates on them, but it's basically everything this week, 9/8, 9/9, 9/10, 9/8, 9/9, and then today. And then if you go down a couple down here, I'm hovering, It's how to generate real estate seller leads with Facebook ads. I'll post that to everybody watching live. That shows you the start of the funnel with the Facebook ad. And then everything this week was the follow up on the funnel. And I will, to full disclosure, results may vary. I mean, I'm showing you a pretty small sample here, 9 leads for $10. It could be all over the map. It could be, you know, Facebook ads, they're constantly messing with their algorithm. You could run this and spend $100 and not get a lead. But if you do it the way I did it, you should get a few. So I just want to be careful there and set expectations. So, yep, start with the one I posted here to the people watching live above, and then check out the ones from this week in that replay. And thanks a lot, guys. If that's good, we can continue the conversation over in the Facebook group. If you have anything else you need, it's insiderealestate.com/Facebook group, and I'll get this replay there in a few hours. Yes, Robert. Yeah, auto text can do it. I think if you don't call leads though, you gotta send interesting stuff. That's the next week we should talk about that. I think that would be a good theme. We'll talk about different things that you can mass email and mass text, not smart drip campaigns, not automation, but from day to day acting as sort of a live active realtor who's reporting on the market. There are things you can send to really energize and get these people talking to you. So that's a good preview. We'll resume the conversation next Tuesday with that. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.